Hi everyone and welcome to this week's IPC lesson. As you can see, it's a bit different today. I'm videoing on my phone instead rather than talking into a screen, and we are going to be mummifying a tomato. So if you don't have a tomato, don't worry, you can also mummify an apple, and I'll put the instructions for that up on the website. But for mummifying a tomato, you need obviously a tomato, a big one like that, a jar, but it doesn't need to be a jar. You can literally just use a glass or a pot or something to put it in. Bicarbonate of soda. This is just from Lidl. It's really cheap, so you can get that from there. Kitchen roll, some salt. Again, that's quite nice and cheap. Chopping board, a knife. So make sure you do it with an adult because you do need to cut up the tomato. So make sure you're doing it safely. And a bowl and a spoon, and that is everything you need, I think. So the first thing I'm going to do is get the tomato, and I am going to cut the top off. So you just need to cut it kind of about there and just cut it off like that. You might even need to do it a bit more. I don't know if I've cut off enough there, to be honest. I think I've already messed it up. There, so then you can see all the insides like that. Sorry, I'm filming at a really weird angle, so there you go. So then what you need to do is spoon out all the insides like they did with a real person. So you're going to get your spoon in and you're going to spoon it all out and then just leave it on the chopping board or put it on some kitchen roll and make sure it goes in the bin. So you're going to spoon it all out. It's quite messy, so just warning. Like that, and then you should have a nice empty tomato which looks a bit like that. Now it's time to make your natron. So that's when the bicarbonate of soda comes in and the salt. So what you need to do is fill up, so you can use the same spoon as you just spooned out the tomato with, and I'm just going to pour 3 tablespoons of bicarbonate soda. So 3 tablespoons of bicarbonate soda, and then that's not going to work. Let's take the lid off. A couple tablespoons of salt as well. I mean, it doesn't matter too much what the measurement is as long as you've got enough to put inside your tomato. So this is representing the natron which they filled up the dead person with before they mummified it. So mix it all up together like that. And then you're just going to fill up your tomato with your natron, so with the bicarbonate and the salt. So you're going to spoon it in and fill it up like that. It is very messy, so you might want to put some kitchen roll down underneath it as well. So fill it up so it's nice and full. I've still got a bit more left, so I'll do it like that. This is when it all spills out all over the carpet. So there we go. So all filled up like that. I mean, don't worry if you haven't got that much. As long as you've got a bit in it, that should help preserve it. So then you put the lid, I guess, back on it. I actually cut it into 2 because I didn't cut it deep enough the first time. So I'm going to put that on. I could just leave it like that, but I'll put this one on as well. So you're going to put it all back together, okay? Once you've done that, you then need to wrap it up. Okay, so all I've done is got the kitchen roll and I've got 3 sheets and I just ripped them up into strips like this. They don't have to be very neat because you're only wrapping up your tomato anyway. So then you wrap your tomato up in the kitchen roll. Make sure it's nice and tight or else the top of it might fall off. So wrap it up. It's quite messy still. So wrap it up as much as you can. In fact, you don't actually need 3 sheets. I mean, I've just done it in about 2, and if you want to make the strips a bit thinner so it's more like an actual mummy, then that's fine. Once you've done that, you've bandaged up your tomato. You're going to put it in your jar. So you might not have a jar, that's fine, you can just put it in a cup. So you put it in there like that. If you have some more bicarbonate of soda and salt and you want to fill up your jar as well, then you can. I'm not going to, but you can do that and see if it makes a difference as well. And there we have our mummified tomato in its canopic jar. So now what you need to do is make yourself like a table just to record the results. So if you have another tomato, keep that as well on alongside it and compare them over the week. So have a normal tomato on one side and then compare it to the mummified tomato and see which one is preserved better. If you don't worry, you can still keep an eye on your mummified one and just take a note maybe once or twice a week of how it smells, what it looks like. You can have a peek of it under the bandages and see how well it lasts over the next few weeks. I'll keep mine in here too, and then we can compare them maybe on Microsoft Teams when we have our calls. But yeah, there you have it, my friends, your own mummified tomato.